What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Jack Vita Show. I'm your host, Jack Vita, here for a special bonus episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to be doing something a little different. There's no sports content to get to today. Today's a little treat for the non-sports fans who listen to this show, and for the sports fans, in addition to that. If you were looking for a sports podcast, go back and take a listen to the episode we just released earlier in the week. I spoke with Miss Louisiana 2017, Larissa Bonaquisti, and Jake Poliga on the national championship game, the importance of the LSU win in the wake of tragedy. And just that we covered that game, we also previewed the NFL playoffs for the weekend. And there will be some other sports podcasts coming up over the next week. I'm going to be doing an episode on the Hall of Fame voting sometime over the next week, and also recapping the AFC and NFC conference championship games. So plenty of stuff in the world of sports, but today we're doing something different. Today we're talking about fast food chicken sandwiches. This comes after all the buzz with the Popeye's chicken sandwich that's been such a huge phenomenon over the last 6 months. It's a big internet meme. Today we're going to take a look at some of the chicken sandwiches from the biggest chicken fast food distributors. Is that a good way to put it?
Franchises,
yeah.
Brands, yeah.
Yeah, so a good cold open here with the guest getting in. Before I even give him an introduction, this is a guy who is very well versed in fast food. We've gone to many of these fast food restaurants together over the years.
Only with you. But that does add up to a lot.
His name is Jeremy Williams. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Feeling pretty full, but excited to talk about our favorite pastime, which is definitely chicken fast food.
Chicken fast food.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, and we kicked it off earlier this afternoon with a Chick-Fil-A run, because how could you not?
Yeah, I mean, how could you not when they're giving away free stuff? And that's probably something I think we need to inform people about.
Oh, absolutely.
When you're getting, I mean, there's no shortage of incentives to go get free stuff.
Yeah.
From these places, and I think they're getting better about offering that to all of us consumers.
Absolutely, it's great. So the fast food joints that we're going to talk about today, and we're going to compare their chicken sandwich, and ultimately we're going to crown the king of the chicken sandwiches when we get to the end of this show. We got, in alphabetical order, Chick-Fil-A, KFC, Popeyes, Wendy's, and Raising Cane's. I went outside of alphabetical order, but
Raising Cane's needs to be first.
No, you can't say that yet, Jeremy.
Okay, well, all right, fine. Won't spoil anything, but it's in a league of its own.
So those are the five that we're working with today. Okay. And really, I think these 4 out of these 5 are top tier fast food, in my opinion.
Top tier. I might throw in some honorable mentions, but in terms of like household names, just staples, these are the ones people need to know about.
KFC is definitely the outlier in this category, but their chicken sandwich is not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I mean, it's just an opinion thing, right?
Yeah, it's a crispy kernel sandwich. You've had it once or twice, right?
I think I've had it once or twice. I don't know how long that one's been around. Like, I think you.
It's pretty new.
Yeah, you introduced me to it. I think every time I've had it combined with some other fast food place. So I think that's ruined it. I think it needs to stand on its own now for me. But maybe you've had it on your own before. And
I just did the one courtesy visit, and I think if I lived closer to a KFC, like when I was in college, there was a KFC that was right down from my apartment, about 2 minutes away. So I would get it there. But since KFC is about 40 minutes away from me.
That's true. There aren't a lot in the suburbs where we grew up.
Yeah.
And proximity, proximity makes a big difference for what you end up gravitating towards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I will say for me personally, like there are KFCs and there are KFCs in Chicago, but not always in the friendliest of neighborhoods. Sometimes. They're not the most welcoming. Which if you're gonna factor in like what you like the most, I think service, presentation, all of that.
Yeah, and all of that is going into the conversation.
It's all on the table.
Yeah.
Proverbially.
Yeah, so this crispy kernel sandwich, it seems like ever since this Popeyes thing happened, it's become this huge phenomenon. Everyone wants to get into the fried chicken sandwich game. So this was their answer to the Popeyes chicken sandwich. And I think it's all right. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad.
No, I wouldn't say any of it's bad. I don't think any of the names you threw out there, I would not say avoid at all costs.
Yeah, we're talking about them for a reason.
Yeah, we're talking about them for a reason. They made it into, how many? Five?
Top five, yeah.
The top five? Okay. Yeah, if they're in the top five, they're in for a reason. There's some honorable mentions I'd probably throw out there, but...
Who are the honorable mentions?
Raising Cane's is in our top five, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I would throw out as a chicken place. I think people need to be aware of Church's Chicken, but the sandwich is just downright disgusting.
So you tried out the sandwich this past week, right?
I did. Just yeah. For
how'd that go?
Not the best. Location was a little scary. There aren't a whole lot of them around here. I think that's a bigger thing in the South, right?
Yeah. I think I had it once or twice in Florida. And their fried chicken was really good.
Yeah, so there are these places that they just do fried chicken really, really well, and then they have to throw in a sandwich just to get in the game, right?
Yeah.
I think Church's did that to get in the game, and honestly, it was a mess. It wasn't a big hit.
Just stick to the on the bone chicken.
Just stick to on the bone. Yeah, this one was like a McChicken with pickles, basically. So not my favorite.
Yeah, no McDonald's references today.
No,
you like
actually,
theirs?
No, honestly, I think McDonald's. I mean, everyone has opinions on McDonald's. Like, you might not be the biggest McDonald's.
Sure, yeah.
But they've gotten into the chicken sandwich game at some point. Like, they for a while were running their Southern style chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it on the menu.
How is that? You like it?
It was all right. It got the job done.
I've never had that.
I'm the kind of guy that I'd go to McDonald's like once in a while, maybe. But like if I'm going there once in a while, I'm probably not going to go there just to get that, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting a quarter pounder with cheese or something, like one of their basics, right? One of their staples.
Yeah.
But it was okay. I'd say it's similar to the KFC sandwich.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
From what I remember.
I think KFC, if you live close to one, go ahead and try the sandwich. It's because you're typically not going to have a long line at KFC. I think their finger licking good sauce is actually pretty good in terms of sauces, because sauces is another element to this.
Yeah, sauces are important, but honestly, why do they have to go in person and wait in line? They can just have Uber Eats deliver it to them.
Well, yeah, but we have to factor in the...
Depends where you are, I guess.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, we're going to talk about this Popeyes chicken sandwich, which I waited 40 minutes in the drive-thru for. Do you really... Is it a nice move to make your Uber Eats guy have to wait? You better give him a good tip if he's got to wait an hour to get your food for you.
Yeah. I don't know why anyone would choose to pick up that order, because they're not Uber Eats. Yeah, they're not making much money off of Uber Eats.
No.
And by the way, listeners, you should tip your Uber Eats drivers.
I agree.
It's just the right thing to do.
I agree.
They're not making much off of that, especially if they're waiting 45 minutes to get your Popeyes chicken sandwich. That's not what you were doing, right? You weren't out there doing Uber Eats for
No, I just did it myself. It was a free Saturday night. I was like, this will be my thing. I was close to one. I'm like, let's just power through and try it. It'll be good podcasting material. Any other thoughts, though, before we could talk Popeyes in a second? Any other thoughts on the KFC crispy kernel?
Not bad. Nothing I would wait 45 minutes in line for.
It's kind of like the knockoff version of the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
A little bit of a knockoff, probably, and not something I would probably go out of my way to go into a KFC for.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
in
if you're
most locations.
Airport...
If you're there you go. That's
not a good option. I mean, not a bad option.
Yeah. If you're in a hurry at the airport, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the one time I'll endorse going waiting in line for a cake.
So I would say if you do that one, it's the finger looking good sauce. It basically, a lot of these sandwiches have the basic premise of the Chick-Fil-A chicken sandwich, which is pickle chips and then some kind of sauce.
Actually, maybe we should talk about what actually is the
The original?
What? Yeah. What is the recipe? Right. Like where does? It's like something that comes from like the South, right? Like Atlanta's probably like where a lot of this stuff originates. Like,
yeah.
They're like the capital of like chicken sandwich. That's where Chick-Fil-A comes from, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the basic the bread, the breaded chicken, the pickles, and then the sauces, right? And sometimes I'll throw coleslaw on it or something like that. But yeah, they're all getting into the game for this. It seems like.
Yeah. So that's
not a lot of variety from what I've seen out of these places.
That's a great point, and that's something that we're going to get to when we compare the original in Chick-fil-A against some of its competitors. And by the way, we got to apologize to the Zaxby's fans. There just aren't any around here in Chicago, so we haven't gotten to try that.
Jack and I don't get out much. We don't travel too much. We avoid the South. We let the South come to us. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, Zaxby's, if you're listening, come put one up here right next to us.
Yeah, Zaxby should mail us some sandwiches so they can get in on this.
Yeah,
content
or
here.
put a franchise right next to Raising Cane's, so we can make it easy to get to. So we go get Raising Cane's. We will.
So Popeyes creates this chicken sandwich, and this is really where all this stuff became such a huge phenomenon. They decide, we want to compete with Chick-fil-A. Popeyes is one of my favorite fast food restaurants. I love their fried chicken. And then I got to the sandwich. I think the sandwich is overall good, but I don't think it's worth waiting 45 minutes in line for.
No, not. Yeah, wouldn't wait long for it, for sure. And that's another one I would probably do at the airport. Personally, just going through the airport, there's a Popeyes, and if they have that in stock, like they're not sold out, that's probably what I'm gonna grab.
So the Popeyes chicken sandwich, here's the deal with it. It's a brioche bun, which is good. It's a good bun.
They definitely went on the bun.
The chicken is good quality chicken. And then they do the pickled chips and they do mayo. And I feel like it's a little half-hearted in the sense that they don't provide the options of some cheese, tomatoes, lettuce. And they don't... They would not have offered me sauce. I had to ask for the sauce.
That's true for a lot of places, though.
Yeah,
You have to tell them what you want, right, for sauce. But yeah, they just have the original, the spicy. Both are good. A lot of people like the spicy a lot. But yeah, it's pretty basic in terms of options.
Yeah, and then it ends up taking 40 minutes to get it. Really, my takeaway from this, good sandwich, not the greatest of all time. I like a little more versatility, which is something we'll talk about with Chick-fil-A. But what I would say, it was good. I can't deal with that kind of line. It's too long. Too long in general for anything fast food. I wouldn't wait 45 minutes for any of these sandwiches, quite frankly. Would you?
Any of them? Well, that's the thing. You don't have to, because the good ones have apps.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
The other ones you can just deliver.
Yeah.
Delivered to you on Uber Eats. We're in the 21st century now. The idea of waiting at 45 minutes in a drive-thru is a little bit obsolete now.
Yeah, and the Popeyes experience, at least the Popeyes here, it's a really bad drive-thru. You get stuck in it. There's no way to get out of it.
That's a good takeaway. Like, know your restaurant. Know your restaurant.
Yeah.
They're not all created equal.
They're not.
Some of them reward you better.
The one here, yeah. And they also, I don't feel like their system is all that great in terms of getting them out to people. Like Chick-fil-A, that drive-thru is just so darn efficient.
So efficient.
Even if
lanes, yeah.
Even if they had, there were probably 8 cars in front of me. I've probably been behind 8 cars at a Chick-fil-A drive-thru before and gotten through it in 15 minutes and not 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the queue system down, and they're just fast in general.
Yeah, and Popeyes, I think they need to come up with a better system for this. Maybe part of it is that they definitely like this marketing model of, we're going to have only an exclusive amount of these, so we're going to be crazy busy, and then when we run out, people are still going to be coming because they're going to not know that we don't have it anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, Popeyes and KFC, it's in a similar league for me personally. I think they hyped up the sandwich for as a marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Right? But if it weren't for that, I wouldn't look at them too differently.
I actually seem to be more happy with Popeyes when they don't have it, because then I can just go get my chicken as a normal wait. And you don't have to wait for 9 cars in front of you. You just go through, you get your food, and you're good.
Does Popeyes have an app?
Probably not, would be my guess.
Yeah, probably not. Do you think apps make a big difference for where.
Seems like you do.
I think it does. It does play a lot. I used to not be that guy, but I think now I've definitely adopted the whole loyalty aspect of a lot of this stuff, and specifically, I mean, we're gonna have to talk about the Chick-fil-A app at some point here.
So I'm kind of looking in terms of tiers in these chicken sandwiches. I think Popeyes is tier 2, and I think KFC is just in tier 3.
Okay, just in tier 3. How many tiers do we have?
3.
3 tiers. Okay. Okay.
The next one we're going to talk about, if you're ready to move on to the next one, where I have tier 2, Wendy's.
Interesting. Okay. What do you like about Wendy's?
It's also a very good quality chicken.
Yeah, quality is. Quality is in their recipe, right?
Yeah, I think tier 2 and tier 1, the chicken quality is the best. It's better than what you're going to get at a lot of other places.
Yeah, quality of the actual meat, like it's usually like their food's not usually like too dry. Like I think if you go to Popeyes and KFC, you're gonna get like a dry chicken at some point, probably maybe not every time, but it's definitely gonna get thrown in there. But yeah, Wendy's, you're right, they're definitely more consistent.
Wendy's has a lot of great options in the sense of you can get a baked potato. Their baked potatoes are amazing, by the way.
Yeah. Wendy's does sides well. I guess that makes a difference. You gotta look at the whole picture of what you're getting. And their sauces are, I think, good for the most part too.
Their sauces are fine, I think. I actually think I like the KFC finger looking good sauce more than I like the Sauce'em sauce at Wendy's. But they're not. I think we could talk right now. Best sauces. Cane's is on top of everyone. They have the best sauce.
Yeah,
cane sauce.
What do you think is the cane sauce recipe?
I don't know. What do you think?
People don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever really know. But it's almost like a garlic mayo kind of thing.
Yeah, honey mustard,
a little bit honey mustard
with some garlic.
But it's really its own thing. I mean, we're probably never gonna find out what it actually.
And it's the same. They have that sauce at Zaxby's. It's the same, basically the same thing. So if you've had Zaxby's, that's what we're talking about.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, one of these days we're gonna have to do a side-by-side Zaxby's and Cane's. So that's what's really gonna give down.
So cane sauce is on top, and then Chick-fil-A really in terms of sauces, all the different options.
Yeah, for like versatility.
Versatility.
Like they just got versatility down. Like so many ways to mix it. Just lots of versatility. Lots you can do with that.
And I would say my favorite. We'll talk a little more about this when we get to Chick-fil-A. But I mean, there are two of those sauces I think are elite in terms of best sauces: the Chick-fil-A sauce and Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian sauce, interesting. Okay. Yeah, Chick-fil-A sauce for sure. It's another one, like it's just their own thing. It's hard to really compare it to a lot of other things. It's like a honey mustard sort of, but not really. Yeah, Polynesian sauce is good. I like their ranch. I actually somewhat like their buffalo a little bit too. But yeah, it's just the range of stuff you get there. Lots of options.
So you think Wendy's sauces would be the next in these power rankings? Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with the Wendy's sauces that I had.
Okay.
They were okay. But I would probably go with, I like the finger looking good sauce.
Finger from KFC.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And the Popeye sauces, like, you wouldn't know about unless you asked.
You wouldn't know.
They do not put it out there.
Yeah.
They were fine. They were kind of like Chick-fil-A knockoff kind of sauces. They were good. But again, I don't even remember which ones I had because they don't market it at all. They got to have some sort of a gimmick behind a sauce name. Sauce'em sauce, finger looking good sauce.
Yeah, it's just like it's like an add-on. It's just kind of a side thing at KFC. KFC, yeah, their main selling point is like how good just the quality of their actual meat and everything.
You mean Popeyes or Wendy's?
Wendy's.
What did I say? You said KFC.
Yeah, forget I said KFC. KFC is like way at the bottom for me right now.
Yeah, the Wendy's quality's good. The bun was good. I think. Yeah, this would probably be right here in tier 2 for me. And Wendy's is just I love Wendy's. I think it's a great restaurant. I think they have a pretty good app. The apps.
Okay, I haven't used their app. What do you like about their app?
So their thing is, it's not really a rewards point system, which Chick-fil-A is the king of. They do such a great job with all that. But I like that they give you exclusive offers. So, for instance, they notified me yesterday and they said, hey, get 2 Baconators, pay for one, and then $1 extra for the second one.
Yeah, Wendy's, they do deals frequently, and they do them pretty well. It's a good value.
I don't know who needs 2 Baconators, but...
I don't know who needs 1 Baconator. Except for my 19-year-old self. But he had other problems. Yeah, other health problems. Yeah, the Baconator wasn't helping things. Yeah, okay, that's good to know about the app. Yeah, I mean, for me in apps, like I try to keep it small, keep it focused. I use the apps that would give me probably the most value and the most utility. We'll talk about the Chick-Fil-A app eventually because I think Chick-Fil-A has probably the best food app I've ever seen. But that's good to know about that Wendy's has an app that at least promotes the deals because they talk about them all the time. The commercials, when you look at a Wendy's commercial, they'll talk about their 4 for $4 deals and all that stuff. But if they have like one-off stuff like that, it's probably good to know about, especially if it's anything chicken related.
We got to talk about Chick-Fil-A while we're here on the subject of apps. They have the best app out of anyone. We do. We were building up to this, but yeah, if you haven't used the Chick-Fil-A app, and honestly, I think a lot of people didn't really know about it until pretty recently. Like the last couple years maybe. I think it's been around a little bit longer than that. Maybe like 3 years is when they launched. Probably.
But like over the past year or 2 years, that's when people started really. And I only got it at some point in 2019, but it's already like paid off big time. So it's mostly their rewards program. Like you sign up and you can actually like the more you spend there and you spend through the app, you'll get points to your account like any kind of travel, like a travel rewards or credit card points. So you're just accumulating points. The more you get, eventually you'll get status, which helps you earn points faster. I think I'm at silver status right now.
Oh.
Which is like, first tier, which is awesome. If you spend even more money, you get to like their really coveted red status, which at that point you've won the game. Like you're getting the most bang for rewards for the money you're spending. But you can redeem those rewards, right, on like whatever. And honestly, like depending on what you're redeeming it for, like you can get pretty good value, even for just basic things like their basic chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it's really good. And sometimes they send you something like you had an interesting note on your Chick-fil-A app the other day, right?
Yeah. I think we went to a location, and I wasn't sure how I felt about this location at first. But yeah, after I spent like something crazy, maybe like $15, they sent me an email and a message in my app saying, "Hey, here's a free sandwich just on us, just because we love you."
That's great. I got it too,
and I needed that.
We enjoyed those sandwiches today. And yeah, what I love about this Chick-fil-A sandwich, and I'm not going to spoil my rankings, but if you're listening closely, it might be indicative of what I'm going to say. I love, as you mentioned, the versatility. You can get cheese on there, you can get tomato, lettuce, some other stuff. They treat it like a burger and not just as, what I like is the chicken sandwich here is the main event. It's not like, oh yeah, we got this chicken sandwich over here that you could try, but they really go all in on it. They give you all these sauces, and with all the sauces, there's so many different kinds of chicken sandwiches that you could have.
Lots of combos. That's true. Yeah, it's really up to you. You get to build it however you like it. Your chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A might be different than mine.
What's your go-to at Chick-fil-A?
If I'm getting like the basic sandwich and I want to use the sauces, I used to do just the normal Chick-fil-A sauce, but I'm not a big fan of that anymore.
I think it's better with the fries.
I think it's best with the fries for some reason. It was just like made for potatoes. I started adding ranch to my sandwiches. I tried mixing it up with a couple other ones, but I think what I like right now is ranch and maybe a little bit of buffalo sauce. Get a little bit of a buffalo ranch chicken sandwiches. Yeah, just, I don't know. I was inspired to do it one time, and it works.
Yeah, I did that buffalo ranch sandwich today, and it's good. I like being able to mix it up and have different stuff. My normal go-to is probably something like 60% Polynesian sauce, 40 Chick-fil-A sauce.
40 Chick-fil-A sauce, okay.
Splash a little bit of that on there, but Polynesian I think tastes best with the chicken.
Yeah, I mean, you can just mix it up and find whatever works for you. I mean, I don't think it's the best. It's not the best ranch sauce in the world. It's not the best buffalo sauce in the world, but I mean, combined together with the sandwich, like it works well. And you just got to find out what's your mix, what works best.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to talk about. We should rank these Chick-fil-A sauces. Let me pull up the list of the different kinds.
Have you had all of them?
Yeah. Last year I went in and I said, I'm getting some chicken tenders. Could you please give me all the sauces? They did it.
I'm sure. Of course they do. They don't say no. I've never been told no by a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
For any reason.
Amazing customer service.
For any reasonable reason.
And I'm going to pull up these sauces. I also, in the meantime, as I'm pulling this up, I tried out the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese, which is a new side they have. It's really good.
Yeah, they have good sides. They also have a kale salad side, but we're not going to talk about that. No, it's cool. Like the other good thing about the app is sometimes they'll just promote stuff. Like I got another reward this month, saying it's like a national giveaway. It ends at the end of January. You can either redeem it for a free 8-count nuggets or a side of kale salad if that's your thing.
That seems like a pretty easy decision, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to try kale salad. I don't think I'm alone in that.
You like kale salad? I've never had kale before in my life.
Okay. Save that for another podcast.
All right, so here are the sauces. Chick-fil-A sauce, Polynesian sauce, barbecue sauce, honey mustard sauce, garden herb ranch sauce.
That's the one.
Zesty buffalo sauce, sweet and spicy sriracha sauce.
I've never had the honey mustard.
It seems like that's a new one, because I don't think I got that when I asked for all the sauces.
Yeah, because the Chick-fil-A sauce is close enough to like a honey mustard.
Yeah.
It fits that, fits that need. So yeah, I haven't had that one. So that's probably going at the bottom for me, just because I don't know it.
Yeah. I would say I like buffalo sauce in general. I don't think their buffalo sauce is strongest.
It's not the best in the world, but it
gets the job done.
It does get the job done.
Yeah, I would say I think the top three are pretty clear cut.
Okay.
The Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A's got to be number one just because of its originality.
Yeah,
it's iconic. It's
anytime you say like a secret sauce, I'm in on that. I want to try it.
Yeah.
So automatically intrigues you. It gets the title name.
Yep.
I go with that one, the Polynesian, and then the sweet and spicy sriracha.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, I like Chick-fil-A. Of course, is number one. I like their ranch just because I use it the most, probably.
I haven't had their ranch in a while. I guess I imagine it to be standard ranch.
It's pretty standard, but yeah, it just works with everything I would usually have at Chick-fil-A. So for that reason, I'm going to give that number 2, and then probably the sweet and sour sriracha.
Yeah.
I think that one's pretty good. I've used that on the sandwich a few times.
I think that would be a good one to mix in with my mac and cheese next time.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know.
We used to do a lot of sriracha and mac and cheese in the college dorms just to spice it up because you don't want to have the same food every day.
True. Like chicken sandwiches.
Exactly.
It does get old after a while.
I put honey, Asian sauce. I put honey on there too. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I think the honey would be really good with the breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned breakfast because that's something else we need to talk about. Like these places, I think a lot of these places are trying to get into the chicken for breakfast game.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. I didn't know that was really a thing, but I guess there's places that just do chicken
KFC
sandwiches for breakfast.
Is in on chicken and waffles. I have never tried their chicken and waffles.
Yeah. I haven't either, but yeah, I guess it started with chicken and waffles. That's always been a thing in a lot of places, but a lot of these restaurants are doing just chicken sandwiches as standard breakfast food now.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I had Chick-fil-A breakfast was probably a few years ago. I was traveling and went there. I needed a quick breakfast. And wow, didn't really know what to expect. And this blew my mind. And eggs and chicken and on a biscuit and. Didn't know I needed this in my life, but a lot of other places are getting into this now.
It's really good. I love it. The biscuit really makes it breakfasty. If it didn't have the biscuit, I don't think it'd be that breakfasty. You know what I think would be good with that? A little bit of syrup. Syrup and biscuit and chicken, that's a good combo.
Yeah, any of that. I think I would just eat a normal chicken sandwich for breakfast, honestly.
Oh,
if it really came to it, I probably would. But a lot of places are doing this. I know you don't like McDonald's, but McDonald's is getting into this game now too. I see the ads for it all in a lot of places.
They do chicken for breakfast too.
They do chicken for breakfast too. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is a pioneer in all of this.
Yeah, I think so. But that's a big thing to look out for. I'm gonna throw out an honorable mention. I went to this place called Do Right Donuts in the city. It's pretty new, but they that's what they brand themselves as. It's just chicken and donuts. It's just like I mean, you can probably have it any time of day, but it's like it looks like a breakfast place. Their donuts look amazing, and then they do just chicken sandwiches, like
It sounds really good.
Because why not? Yeah, I think I had just the normal chicken sandwich or the spicy chicken sandwich.
Not with the donut though.
Well, that's the thing. Like I just found out you can get the sandwich between two donuts, which probably means I was doing it wrong. But, yeah, sandwich itself was okay. Not the best, not the worst, but wouldn't put it in our tiers necessarily. But yeah, I think this chicken for breakfast thing needs more exploration, especially if you can do it with donuts.
Yeah, and another thing that Chick-Fil-A does really well is the salads too. So what I think is really impressive is because some of these other places, it's like we don't really have a salad option. Like KFC, maybe they got some salads. I don't know.
Popeyes doesn't have a salad. Shocking. Yeah,
Cane's,
that's true. They don't.
Cane's, we'll get to Cane's. Cane's is all about simplicity with a very clear-cut, easy menu.
True.
Chick-fil-A does the chicken sandwich so well. The quality chicken is great. Everything about it. I have so much trust in Chick-fil-A. I don't think they'd ever poison my food.
Nope. No, I agree. Yeah, they're consistent for sure.
I think there is another kind of chicken sandwich that they could add that would be good though.
Okay.
Chicken parm.
Yeah,
I think they could do chicken parm pretty well. BK, Burger King, used to have an Italian chicken sandwich. It was really good.
Don't remember this.
Basically a chicken parm. They got rid of it because I don't know. They must not have. They did a whole makeover with their menu, and I think that's really the rise and fall of BK. Burger King's just declined so much over the last 10 years.
Well, they need to get an app. That's why. Honestly, Chick-fil-A doesn't need to have an app to be amazing and to be in a league of its own, but it just adds to it.
It adds to it.
It just and honestly, it's just added value to my life ever since I've got it. Seriously, tons of free food, and they just give stuff away. So if you don't have it, highly recommend getting it.
Yeah, I do too. But
it also makes ordering your food way faster. You do not have to wait in 45-minute line waits at the drive-thru because you can just roll in with your app and get it pretty much instantly.
Yeah, it's awesome. They have a great system there. What do you think about this idea for a chicken parm, though? You think they do chicken parm pretty well? Do you like chicken parm?
Chicken parms are good. I like not a sandwich. Like you're thinking like a chicken parm sandwich, or just,
yeah.
Oh, interesting. I guess okay. I'll give you this. If I were to trust someone to do it, I'd trust Chick-fil-A to do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Have you had their grilled chicken sandwich? What do you think of that?
I have. Yeah, I liked it. It's all right. It's not really the guilty pleasure I go to Chick-fil-A for though, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel yeah.
If I want to be healthy there, I'm probably gonna grab the salad.
Yeah, their salads are great, by the way.
Yeah, because also like going back to the app, like if you want to really maximize your points and redeeming your points, I think the points guy, like his blog talks about this, but the best way to earn the points is spend your money on the more expensive stuff, like buy the salads and accumulate points faster and redeem the points on the generally cheaper stuff. You can get way more of that stuff, like the sandwiches or any of the sides. You'll just get a lot more value out of doing it that way. So if I'm going to be healthy at Chick-fil-A, I'll probably go for the salad stuff.
Yeah, it makes the most sense. So let's talk about Raising Cane's, which is really the last one,
yes.
And then we'll put these all into some order. So Cane's, better known for their chicken tenders, but they do make a chicken sandwich.
Do they? Yes, that's right.
And then you make your own kind of chicken sandwich. We'll talk about yours in a second. Well, a description of the Cane's chicken sandwich. It's basically a standard bun. They put 2 or 3 chicken tenders on it. They lather it up with a lot of Cane's sauce. The sauce is great. Chicken's great.
You should tell people what Cane's is. Like for those who have not been blessed yet. What is?
Well, how would you describe it?
This is probably underselling it, but it's almost like an In-N-Out for chicken fingers.
Yeah.
It's a very, very basic menu. It's really just like you're going for one thing, and the only question is how much do you want, or how much really should you have, or should you not have.
I've seen some guys go with the caniac, and it's just man down after that. It's
yeah, if you eat it all at once, it is. Because, it's like you can go in and get an order of just like a few pieces, a handful of pieces, and then the caniac is like six pieces plus the sides and everything, and it's probably for two full-grown men to eat. Not for one person to do in one sitting, but
They do a great job with the combo because they give you like a wide variety of sides. You get your fries, you get some sauce to dip it in, you get coleslaw, and you get Texas toast.
yeah. And the Texas toast probably for me is what really sells it.
I
It's
agree.
Like its own, well, and the sauce, but like the Texas toast, yeah, you're not gonna get Texas toast and Texas toast that good in these other places we've talked about.
So your big thing is you like to take this mishmash of ingredients that they give you in this box combo, and you like to create your own. This is kind of like I don't know what you'd call it. This would be like a secret menu kind of item.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can order like at Cane's like any of the basic stuff, but you can order any of the extra sides, like as many as you want. You just pay a little bit more, and it's really not that expensive. You can add more toast, you can add more sauce. I think one time I was just getting crazy, and I decided, what if we, like, I never actually tried the sandwich there. Like, we have another friend who did, and it looked okay, and I'm like, what if I just like made my own? Because I love Texas toast and I love Cane's chicken. Let's just like let's put it all together and like just get another piece of toast and let's add them all, and it ended up being the most beautiful thing I've ever created.
You put fries and coleslaw in there too.
Yeah, it was like you layer the sauce on. You gotta put the coleslaw on because coleslaw is like for a real authentic Southern chicken sandwich. You gotta have some.
Yeah, I don't think they have the best coleslaw though.
No, but it works for especially when you're using it for that purpose, right? But yeah, otherwise it's more of just like a nice garnish for the most part. But yeah, you just put it all on there, 2 pieces of toast, and it's I want it right now. Let's go.
It's really good. Here's the one thing I would say about their regular chicken sandwich. It gets a little messy because since it's chicken tenders.
Yeah, it's not a clean eating experience.
So it kind of falls over the place. It's a little sloppy.
And none of these places are really. It's gonna be clean. Like it's all over.
Well, no, but this is extra sloppy.
Yeah.
It'll fall out, and you got to put it back in, and the sauce is getting everywhere.
Well, yeah. If you make my sandwich, it is. Yes.
No, I'm telling you about the regular sandwich. You haven't had the regular sandwich, have you?
I have not.
Yeah. The regular sandwich is messier than your sandwich. I think yours is cleaner than theirs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's just kind of, you got 3 pieces of chicken, and they're kind of just, wandering all over the place.
I think the Texas toast, it glues it all together very well.
It does.
Because you can get them like buttered, like extra buttered and stuff, and it's like a adhesive for all the stuff in the middle.
A nice safety blanket.
Yeah. So if you ever go, don't bother with the sandwich. Just get another piece of toast.
Yeah, and then make it yourself.
Yeah,
lather up a good amount of cane sauce on there because the sauce is.
One more thing, just like Chick-Fil-A, you can figure out what works for you. I want people to like feel that they have the power to choose and mix the way they want. You can do a little bit of sauce, you can do not any sauce, you can just do a little bit of coleslaw. Just see what works for you.
Yeah, I agree.
But I like having the option.
Yeah, so I don't really want to put your custom chicken sandwich on this list. Maybe I will at the end.
I'm gonna walk. No.
Well, it's just because I look at what's more of a standard thing that you order on the menu.
Fine, fair enough.
As much as good as it tastes, their chicken sandwich, it's a little too sloppy for me. Like I would get it again. I would rather go your route and make it myself.
Yeah, if we were gonna rank these actual establishments, not just the sandwiches.
Yeah.
I almost want to put Cane's as number 1.
Yeah.
Good. I mean. I probably would still put Chick-fil-A as number 1 just because of their app and the fact that their employees never say no to you. Like you can ask them to shovel your driveway probably and they'll do it for you.
Yeah.
But as a restaurant as a whole, Cane's it's like how fresh the chicken is, everything put together, it's just, and how cheap it is. It's amazing. But from a sandwich perspective, yeah, that's. If we're talking about their sandwich, not my beautiful creation, yeah, that's going to be...
Yeah, and that's a good distinction, because that's why I would say, really, if you put Popeyes, Wendy's, Chick-Fil-A, and Cane's are probably, my 4 favorite fast food restaurants, and for different reasons, because I like the simplicity of the Cane's menu. I think they have the best chicken tenders by a mile. I don't think it's close. I don't think anyone's close. I think Zaxby's probably...
We'll have to try.
Is very comparable. But in terms of the other ones, I think they all kind of fulfill a certain thing. If I want, where am I going to get the best on the bone fried chicken? I'll go to Popeyes.
Go to Popeyes.
Where am I going to get, if I want a good variety of chicken type things?
Chick-fil-A.
And if I want to throw burgers in there, I can go to Wendy's.
Right, or chicken nuggets, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Does Cane's have an app? I don't think Cane's has an app, does it?
You want to look it up?
I'm going to look it up because that could be a game changer.
As you look it up, there's a squirrel out the window right behind you who has not moved from this tree. He's just been chilling. You see that? You see that guy?
Yeah.
He's stuck. It's like he's like a...
he wants to know where to go for lunch.
He's so taxidermy or something.
He's tuning in. Yeah, I don't see a Cane's app, but Cane's, if you're listening, get on that because I would definitely.
You can create it with them.
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to get some rewards with.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
Changer. Anyway, but yeah, I'm with you. Sandwich for Cane's, like their sandwich, I'd probably put a little bit lower.
So let's give our rankings. Out of these 5, start at the bottom. What's 5th for you?
Oh man, in terms of just like their sandwiches, I have to go with KFC probably just because I wasn't super impressed every time I had it. But KFC as a restaurant, like in the U.S., I'm never that impressed with it. But honestly, if you ever travel, if you ever go outside the country and you see a KFC, go in that KFC.
I've heard
it is. I don't know why. I don't know what they do differently in like Europe and other places, but like their chicken is like it's better than like Chick-Fil-A chicken. Honestly, it's
wow.
Yeah, they season it. It's just amazing. It's super fresh. Probably they probably don't like feed all the chickens like as all those crazy hormones or something over there or something that they give it us here in the States. But whatever it is, it's amazing. But yeah, for our purposes, yeah, U.S. KFC chicken sandwich probably number 5.
All right, so that's 5, and that's where I would also have them as 5. And I don't think it's a bad chicken sandwich. It's fine. It's fine. And in fact, I do like if I were to give it something, I would say. If there's a KFC close to you, you're going to be able to go in and get that chicken sandwich the fastest out of any of these places.
That's right.
So that's the best thing I think it's got going for it.
Okay.
Number 4, yeah, what you got?
I feel like I have to probably put the Cane's sandwich, like their version of sandwich, just because I'm probably never going to have it. But if we're talking about mine, that's definitely going to be like number 1. But
yeah.
Cane's for me, like,
and you can put yours number 1, but we got to give these out of these standard ones, and then you can tell what your favorite is.
Okay. Yeah. Cane's sandwich probably number 4 because like it's messy, it falls apart, from what I've heard, and I haven't had it, so yeah.
Okay, I would go. I think, and again, this is where I think you got 3 clear tiers. I think you got tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And I'm looking at tier 1 in the sense of that's the best, tier 2 in the middle, tier 3 the lowest, KFC's by itself in tier 3. And then, in tier 2, I would go Wendy's and Popeyes, which would be probably my 4 and 3 in that order. But I might, you know what? I might even put Wendy's above Popeyes just because it's easier.
I'm with you, and it's not, and you don't know when they're gonna like take it away.
Yeah,
just break your heart.
Exactly.
And everybody else's, and cause like riots and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta think about my safety here too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm with you. I put Popeyes as number 3. It's just marginally better than KFC's, to be honest. Like for what it actually is.
I agree.
And if you're going to Popeyes, like, did we talk about Church's Chicken yet?
Yeah,
we did. How terrible it is. Like, if you're going to, you need to know what you're going to the place for. Like, go to get the bone-in chicken.
Yeah, but don't go when this chicken sandwich is in session because you're never going to get it.
You're never going to get it, right, exactly.
Also, when I went through that Popeyes drive-thru, which is the worst it's the worst drive-thru known to man. I know, but they have much better Popeyes drive-thrus across the country. It's just this one in particular in Skokie. Like, if I were to have a heart attack, they would not be able to get me because I'd be stuck in the middle of that drive-thru.
Yeah, they could just send in a helicopter and then your emergency room bill is going to be like $50,000.
There's no opt-out for this drive-thru where sometimes, you got a nice spacious parking lot. This is not that. So you go in that parking lot, there's no way to get out other than going through the drive-thru.
That's why you get it delivered.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that's an option here.
Yeah, maybe not.
We might be out of the zone for Popeyes.
True. All right, it's Popeyes.
And they forgot like they gave me really cold fries, and they forgot my biscuit too.
Oh no.
So it was not a good experience. I go to Popeyes.
Maybe that location, but I can't think of like any other locations that are like that amazing.
Yeah, I think it's just the location we live in, and then the other thing is, I just think it's partly because it's so hectic with the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
If you want it, you have to go out of chicken sandwich season. So it's like if they could either make it a permanent item, which I don't think they're going to do anytime soon, because they like the way they're doing this, or just ditch it entirely, I will be much more likely to go to Popeyes.
Fair enough. Yeah. So Popeyes number 3, and then number 2 would be
Wendy's.
Wendy's. Yeah. And Wendy's, I agree. Like, you can get it year round. Wendy's is stepping up their game with, like, they got the nice little self-order kiosks now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the app is good. If you
They're
want to,
expanding.
Like,
there's now Wendy's really close to here.
and then they're everywhere, too. High availability. Good value, too.
I also like that Cane's, Popeyes, and Chick-Fil-A, what they all have in common in terms of drinks, sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
I love the sweet tea. Sweet tea is a great compliment to chicken sandwich. So, I'll still go Wendy's 3 with Popeyes 4.
Okay.
They probably have some kind of sweet tea at Wendy's. Do you think?
I feel like they have those big, like, Coca-Cola dispenser machines where you can get, like, 60,000 drinks and a bunch more cavities while you're at it. Like, I don't know if they have sweet tea with that.
I think Cane's might have the best sweet tea out of them because
yeah, I think so.
you can go and, like, at Chick-fil-A, they you don't get to refill your drinks. They do it for you. And for whatever reason, the way they brew their sweet tea, it's very warm. So they have to put a ton of ice in there to make it cold. Have you noticed that?
No, because I always just get the lemonade if I go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Usually with the number 1. So, no, I never had their sweet tea.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But Cane's, they have these big coolers that you can get
Yeah, self-serve.
Yeah, self-serve, and they got lots of ice in there, so it comes out cold, so you don't need to put too much ice in there.
Yeah.
Because it's really warm at Chick-fil-A. So that's something I want to give the Cane's. So anyway, my rankings, I've got, up to this point, I've got KFC 5, Popeyes 4, Wendy's 3, Cane's 2. While it's messy, it's still really good.
The ingredients, I can't speak for the bread, but all the other ingredients are top-notch.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And then number 1 out of these options, the GOAT is Chick-fil-A.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, same. Chick-fil-A is going to be number 1 for all the reasons, the obvious reasons, the service, the app, and then the versatility of the sauces, all of it.
It's so good.
Packaged up. Yeah. They've got me locked in. And I don't even care who they give donations to. It doesn't matter to
me. Oh, man. But you would say that your custom-made Cane's chicken sandwich trumps all of them.
Yeah. And honestly, like, everyone should think that way. Like, if you can make, think for yourself once in a while. If you can make something work for you, even if it's, off the beaten path and, even if the restaurant maybe wouldn't want you promoting it or something for whatever reason. Just do your thing, figure out what works for you. I want people to take the power of lunch back into their own hands, right? So yeah, for me, of course, my and I don't even know if it's mine because I know other people do have. I'm not the first person to think of this idea of taking the amazing ingredients from Cane's and just making your own thing. Other people do this.
Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah, like it's probably I probably need to get it copyrighted. That's definitely my favorite.
We need to come up with a name for this sandwich.
And the heart attack.
The heart attack.
The Caniac attack.
That squirrel still hasn't moved. Look at that guy. He's listening to this whole podcast. He's got his ears back. You see that guy? Take a look.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's right behind you.
Yeah. He's about to go order Caniacs.
He's going to go get a Caniac and bury it for the winter.
Yeah. That's the only problem with raising Caniac, at least for where we live, is just there are not enough of them.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a good. Maybe it's really it's like the novelty thing though. Like maybe I really like it so much because like it's only like in one place around us.
It's possible. I know that Evan Myers, who comes on this podcast very frequently to talk college basketball, he moved out to Columbus. There's one really close to him, and he goes there all the time. It's just it's amazing.
Yeah, that place it might be the exception of the place. Even if it's like right down my street, like I might just still go all the time.
You really find out if it is a novelty or not when it comes to your area.
If it comes to your area.
Because Chick-fil-A, it used to be like we wondered that same question.
Yeah, that's right.
And now it's here, and I go there all the time still.
True. And that's the one for me too, like where it's pretty accessible. I can go there pretty often if I want, and I still do. And honestly, the app is probably helping me out with that a lot too, because it keeps me coming back to get the rewards. Like if Kane does the same thing, I'll be there like probably like every week.
Yeah, and that's where like you think about Culver's. Culver's, when it's far away, I've always gotta go to Culver's, and then they put one 10 minutes from me, and it seems like I go there maybe once or twice a year to order something other than their frozen custard. I'll go there in the summertime a lot, but
yeah, just make sure you get some kale salads too, like when you once in a while.
I think the thing
I want you to live to be at least a healthy like 40.
Now here's the thing with the Culver's. I think part of it is that it's just the kind of food it is with the burgers. It's not maybe it's just that I have this affinity for chicken sandwiches that I have an easier time going up justifying eating chicken rather than burgers. I think that could be a contributing element here.
Yeah, I mean, I think chicken beats. I don't want to get like too controversial here. I don't want to throw politics in or anything, but like, I think chicken trumps beef overall.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, chicken is probably my favorite meat I'd go with. And really, if I were traveling, and this is a good way to measure it, because sometimes you eat stuff and you get sick when you travel.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken is the friendliest to my stomach out of the meats.
Yeah, I think so. Like every time I've had food poisoning, it's always been related to some kind of red meat or some kind of seafood. I probably have had food poisoning from like a really like sketchy Chinese restaurant from some like chicken thing I got there, but that doesn't count. Like any other time, like I've always been safe with chicken. Yeah, it's the safest meat, and it's like the most like ethical too, right? Because I know like they. Well, it's like the best for like environmental purposes, right? Because cows like take a lot of resources and land to raise them and water and all that stuff.
I also need to apologize to all the vegans and the vegetarians.
I didn't mean to get like all.
Well, they're not listening anymore. But I forgot to put out a disclaimer at the beginning. If you're a vegan, you're a vegetarian, probably skip this episode.
We love you too.
We do.
But honestly, like one of these days, these restaurants are going to start coming out with like imitation chicken too. Like it's just a matter of time. Hey, don't scoff at it. It might. You don't know yet. What if Chick-Fil-A like makes a really really good one? And it's like it's not. You can't even tell the difference.
I heard that the Impossible Whopper is picking up a lot of momentum right now.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been to a Burger King in probably 5 years, but still, like, yeah. I mean, I see the ads all the time for it. I mean, Have you had an Impossible Burger?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I've had
or like a Beyond Burger, whatever they call them.
I didn't know there was a name for it, but I have had a vegan burger with or vegetarian burger consisting of mushroom.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting way off tangent here, but no, there's always been vegetarian burgers, and they'll make it with like actual vegetables or like beans or mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's not this like these Impossible and Beyond burgers are like they're laboratory engineered. They basically cell grown versions of beef that aren't. It doesn't actually come from a cow. And it's made to replicate like the taste and texture of actual beef. There's like some slight differences. I don't know all the science behind it. I think they usually have like a little bit more sodium, but they have like very similar levels of protein, maybe like less fat or something. Yeah, I've had a couple. Like it's honestly okay. Like
okay,
I think they'll get better, but I'm like not a huge beef guy anyway to begin with. But like I think with chicken, that stuff is going to pick up a lot. So who knows? You might start seeing that.
We'll see. It'll be interesting. Let's see.
So vegans, vegetarians, don't completely tune out. This stuff could be relevant to you someday soon.
Did we miss anything in this episode? Was there any other chicken hot takes, fast food hot takes, or whatever you were prepared to share? You didn't get to?
No, just I mean, I definitely would keep an eye out for like if these places throw out their own food apps that get like good or better than Chick-Fil-A. Like honestly, I'm completely sold on it, and I feel like yeah, it's like it's really the 21st century right now. Like this is just how food ordering is meant to be. Not waiting in line for 45 minutes for a mediocre sandwich, right?
Yeah, I think Popeyes needs to step it up and get in the app game. Yeah. Figure out some ways to make their drive-through better.
Yeah. And I mean, how many like celebrities reference other restaurants in their songs?
That's true. Chick-fil-A gets the most love. They got Kanye backing them up.
A lot of endorsement.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, this was such a great time. We're gonna have to. What's our next thing gonna be? Are we gonna compare burritos from?
I was actually hoping we could talk about reality TV. I'm kidding. I watch some sports a little bit, but I don't think I ever watch reality TV, so probably not. But yeah, let's maybe rank actual like chicken like fingers or something, and like let's
chicken fingers.
Let's do a road trip and do the podcast. Zaxby's or something.
Zaxby's. All right, that could be good. We'll explore those opportunities. By the way, shout out to Taco Bell because they're in my top 5. No Taco Bell.
No comment.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say they're probably my other fast food place that does not fit onto this list, but they're not a chicken place.
True.
Shout out to T Bell. All right, Jeremy. Anything else you want to share while you're here?
No. Thanks for having me. If people want to, get in touch or find more about me, they cannot because I don't really use social media.
I didn't even ask. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. We'll do something like this again sometime.
All right.
So that does it for my conversation with Jeremy Williams. Had a lot of fun talking fast food today. Hope people enjoyed the podcast episode we did today. It was a little bit of a trial run, not typically something that we do, but just wanted to see how it went and what the reaction is to it. So if you enjoy it, let me know. You can tweet at me at Jack Vita Show, the name of this podcast, on Twitter. I love interacting with you all there. Follow me, tweet me, let me know what your favorite chicken sandwich is. I would love to be in touch with you about that. Subscribe to the Jack Vita Show on iTunes and you will never miss an episode. You will always be notified whenever there's fresh content available to you, the listener. Coming up on this podcast later, over the next few days, I will be recapping the conference championship football games. Guest TBD, not sure who will be joining me, and I'll be talking about the MLB Hall of Fame vote later in the week with Andrew Stem. And I'm going out of town. I'm going down to Bloomington, Indiana, going to the Michigan State-Indiana game. That should be a lot of fun. So hope everyone has a great weekend and a great upcoming week. Until next time, I'm Jack Vita. Bring in the dancing lobsters.